I got in this fight before it even came to America. I was still in China because I had already been doing my research. You know those conspiracy theory rabbit holes?
Doesn't even have the capability to know what kind of virus it is. The whole humankind has been fooled by that. This is bullshit. So the PCR test doesn't detect absolutely anything. Just with that argument, Rainer Fuhrman, looking big shoot in Odyssey, he has his own channel. We need to get into Telegram and all these websites because we cannot find the truth in you know what. Please, this lady, go ahead.
Okay, we're Americans. Our founding documents are based on self-evident truths, such as the self-evident truth that we are all created equal and endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So that's square one. We all agree. So now I'd like to break down the C19 deception for you. And I attribute this to truthandarttv.com. The 7 pillars of lies that cement the operation for global enslavement. It's the opposite of our founding documents. They want to enslave us. We all see that now. Well, and those who don't see it, come on, man. Come on, women, if you don't see it yet. Anyway, here's the 7 lies. Number 1, data manipulation, the creation of certain death. You get hit by a motorcycle, crossing the street, you're wiped out on the asphalt, but you test positive for the coronavirus, you die, it's a COVID death. Number 2, convincing the public that healthy people are dangerous spreaders. Number 3, convincing the public that C19 is predominantly airborne. That's a lie. Number 4, convincing the public that we have no natural herd immunity. Number 6. Okay, I skipped one. I'm on 5. Convincing the public not to take HCQ. Number 6, the COVID test, PCR for diagnosis. What we've got here is not a pandemic, it's a case-demic. They just keep coming up with case numbers. And 7, silencing the doctors that tried to warn us. These are the 7 pillars of lies that cement the C19 global operation for human enslavement, available at truthandarttv.com.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Anne Marie.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Can you give us your thoughts on the vaccine mandate and the vaccine itself?
Yes, it is government overreach. It is government and medical tyranny. We are in a draconian tyranny situation because everybody who has complied with the pandemic, commie cover, mind control, device muzzle, petri dish. Every time you put one of those on, you contributed to the draconian tyranny that we're in right now, as well as to all of the people who lowered their immune system, decreased their oxygen, increased their CO2, which is an acid carbon dioxide. It's an element in chemistry, look it up. You are decreasing your immune system by not exposing it to the bacteria, the viruses, the antigens and pathogens your immune system needs for antibodies to fight off illnesses. When you take sick people out of society, that's a quarantine. When you take healthy people out of society, that's draconian tyranny. This is illegal, what they are doing. This is overreach. Welcome to the Nazi Fourth Reich. This is not okay. This had nothing to ever do with the virus or with your health or with science. See, me, as a nurse of 32 years, I believe in science, but others are sheep, MSM watching sheep that, CNN over science. They believe in CNN and their doctors that are nothing but nothing more than the Mockingbird bureaucratic, lamestream Mockingbird media with their activists, with their false narrative, their propaganda, their virtue signaling, their lying, brainwashing, gaslighting, all of that. And that's what they're doing to you guys. Turn off your TV. Do your own research. Never use Google because it's controlled, owned, and censored by the very people that are doing this to you. Look up on Yandex or DuckDuckGo as a search engine if you really want to know the truth. Cure your ostrich syndrome and bury your head from the sand, because it's about time that everybody's delusional bubbles of denial pop and reality checks are going to bounce when y'all find out that all of these... Okay, let me tell y'all something. Difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth, it's about 3 months, sometimes a year, but in the case of Jeffrey Epstein Island, 27 years. When all hell breaks loose and fecal matter hits the fan, make your way to the nearest conspiracy theorist for direction, because they already knew what was coming.
Do you want to sing the song again? Anybody wants to talk? Well, it depends. I forgot. Please, come here.
Hello? Okay. I work in construction and people, it's underappreciated. Laborers, they work throughout the day in the sun. They can be very healthy if it wasn't for all the, carb-filled burritos and stuff like that, from the taco trucks. But yeah, they're very healthy guys. They've been working throughout the year and then some. And they're about 50-50. They don't really care for this vaccine. Some of them are only doing it because they want to make sure that their kids go to university. They don't want to have any problems with their kids going to university because their kids are mandated. So they end up having to do it, and they don't care either way. And then in the industry, it's 50-50. People that are pro-vaccine aren't really doing it for the health because they're scared of the health. It's usually for ideological issues. Like they think, oh well, these anti-vaxxers are all pro-Trump, blah blah blah. But when you go out in the field, it's like no one really cares, and they don't even want to take the vaccines. They do it just because they have to. But it's usually the engineers, professionals and stuff that are pushing it on people. And
Thank you so much to have the courage to come and talk. As many people have said, the nurse over there, I don't remember her name, we need to be proactive. We cannot be sitting on a meeting Zoom or watching the news. Either way. Do you know about the Australian truckers strike? How many of you, this is the only man who knows, Australian truckers got together on August 31st, and we don't have news because the news are totally censored, and they stopped the country. And all of them, we have to do this here in America in case we need it. But right now, we need to contact the representatives. Do you know that the bill of the AB, I don't even know the name, 1102, that's what I was looking for, it was pulled from the whatever it is on Friday because of the thousands of emails received after the protest in Santa Monica Pier that I went 10 days ago. So we need to do the same. So it doesn't take much. I read what I sent to them. You can put your own reasons. Whatever reason is good. But we need to be proactive. If we are not proactive, this government is going to do whatever they want with us. All right? This gentleman asked me, tell me or tell us what COVID means. And I don't remember, but I read.
Yeah, all along COVID's been meant to stand for Certificate of Vaccination Identification. That's all it is. It's a COVID pass. And they're even talking about that, about Bill 1102, and then that one that kind of on shelf, 455, didn't get shelved. They're just waiting for this recall. And it's all about the COVID pass. I'm telling you, man. This has been planned a long time, and your friends are not Bill Gates. They're not Klaus. How many people know about Klaus Schwab? The Great Reset? Do you guys know about the Great Reset? Okay, this is all about the Great Reset. They're going to reset the whole entire world. They're going to be doing our money, too. That's why all this crypto crap, Bitcoin stuff, but all money's phony anyway. The Federal Reserve is corrupt. It's all Rockefeller, Rothschild. Everybody knows it. Research, do your study. One more thing you want to check out is check out Rex 84. It's a military operation. From there, you'll find yourself to Operation Garden Plot. This has been in the works for a long time. Operation Garden Plot it's been declassified. It's a military operation, and what it stands for is population control. It means just what it means. Garden Plot, 6 feet under. They want us dead. And the government is not our government. None of these assholes are working for us. They're taking our money, and that's it. They gotta go. They need to be tried for treason. They need to be tried for global conspiracy to commit genocide on the human population.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Jessie.
Jesse, nice meeting you, Jesse.
Thank
Can you tell us your thoughts on the vaccine mandate and the vaccine itself, please?
I don't have a lot of thoughts on the vaccine itself other than I have an autoimmune disease, so I have a pre-existing condition. And my concern and what I'm here today to do is to support medical freedom. And what that means to me is your body is individual and my body is individual, and we should get to choose what medicine works best for us. And mandates, just any kind of mandate for any type of health procedure, is not American. It's not about being on any side of the political party. It's about protecting our civil liberties, and I want to be able to choose what goes in my body. I know that you want to choose what goes in your body. And as someone with pre-existing conditions, there's no long-term trials on any of this. There's no animal studies. There's no double-blind placebo tests that have been done. I don't know what it's going to do to me. I don't know what it's going to do to the people who they're trying to force it on. But I do know if I stay silent, nothing's going to change. So that's why I'm out here today.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Hi, my name is Evelyn. I'm here for my son. I worked at a pediatrician's office for 6 years. I had to leave the job because it was just so hard for kids having to wear masks, them crying to their them crying to their parents, saying they didn't want to wear the mask. And also, sorry, I wanted to say what I was going to say. It was just hard to, the doctors convincing parents, their children to get vaccinated, and I don't blame them because maybe that's what they learn in school, that they're pro-vaccines, that they all need the vaccine, and it was just sad. There was one parent that asked me, is everyone vaccinated? And I said, some of the staff is, and then the mom was like, no, what about you? And I'm like, you know what, they're in clinical trials, I'm not in a rush, and I'm not going to get vaccinated. And she said, thank you. She looked like she was like looking for a sign, for someone to tell her like, don't do it. And it's so sad because there's a lot of there is a few children that had adverse reactions, and nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the bad things that happen to the children when they die. That they just say, oh, conspiracy theorists, or nobody's talking about the ingredients in the vaccines. And that's why I'm here. We have to speak up for our kids, for the future of the world. And I'm not going to enroll my son in school wearing a mask because he doesn't want to wear one. He doesn't want to wear one. He says, Mom, look, wearing a mask, they're crazy. My son's like 3 years old, and he sees it. He sees it, and I'm not going to allow them to live in fear, and we shouldn't allow them to live in fear. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone who ever puts that face diaper on, first of all, know why you're doing something before you do it. My dad used to say, why are you doing that? If you said, I don't know, he said, you're brain damaged. So if you don't know why you're doing it, or you think you do, learn the truth. Secondly, anytime you put that on, not only did you contribute to the Fourth Reich draconian tyranny we're in right now, but more importantly, you're slapping the face of a soldier and their family in the face when they lost time, lives, and limbs for your freedoms that you are now destroying because CNN told you so. So think about that next time you put that on. Fight for your soldiers, not for the evil, demonic, satanic, anti-American sick, treasonous, pedophile traitors. By the way, guys, child trafficking is actually the real pandemic, and MSM is the real virus. Look it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody who wants to talk? Another thing that I wanted to share. Come up. When we have this unprecedented censorship, the only thing that is corrupted, evil social media sites let go are art, songs. The one that we sang, and we're going to sing it again, those songs for some reason, and when we don't use the bad word vaccine, they let it go. I have two other songs that I want you to listen and find them in YouTube, and please share. One is from a Canadian rapper, RC, and the name of the song is Just Say No. It's an amazing song. You have to share everywhere. Facebook lets you share that. The other is from the American rapper Tom McDonald. Have any of you heard that? Okay, it's freaking awesome. It was, I think it was premiered 2 weeks ago. Last night had 6 million views. And the name of the song is Brainwashed, Tom McDonald. So share that, because by sharing this, we know that we are not alone. One of the worst things that is happening is, like this lady said, people are asking, are you vaccinated? I see clients in person, and when people ask me that, I said, I don't need it because I am immunized. I'm not going to tell you the story, but I was affected by the shedding of the vaccine. And I was with my brain foggy for a month or so, but with energy healing, a friend of mine, I am fine. So I am immunized. But now I tell people, that question is racist. Why do you ask me that? I didn't ask you if you're vaccinated. In my practice, I see people vaccinated and unvaccinated from any race, any color, any age. So why do you ask me that? And we have to be strong. So not to get scared, not to say, probably we are not going to say, I'm not vaccinated. Well, I am waiting for the results because experimental. I had a herd immunization, but not to be scared.
Hi everyone. So I am a mom. You know, I'm here supporting everyone else and friends that are here. But I feel like at the end of the day, even though I'm just a mom, I'm here for my son. And it comes down to freedom of choice. My son is 8 years old. He's going on for second week of school, and he's been denied his education because he refuses to wear a mask. And I didn't want to put his issues out there, but my son has ADHD and he's dyslexic, so he really needs, you know, those hands-on. He needs that help, and so he tells me, Mama, I'm not comfortable wearing a mask. I don't want to put that on, and I am not going to force my child to wear something he's not comfortable with. Period. That's it. And he went to school the first day speaking up, and he told his teacher, I don't want to be muscled. I'm not a dog. Don't put that on me. And if you're going to put that on me, before you do that, you need to call my mom. Sure enough, the school principal called me. I went over there and I sat in his office for 4 hours asking him to give me some sort of paper letting me know that they will refuse to have him in school because of the mask. He did not want to give it to me. I went to go file a complaint at the Long Beach Unified School District, and the guy just gave me a blank sheet of paper. I'm like, no, that's not it. Give me an actual complaint form. I know what they're doing. I know they're trying to silence us, but I'm not going to stay quiet. My son's voice may not be that loud, but I'm going to make sure that I'm loud enough for him. And if his voice is not going to be heard, then I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be heard, and I will be loud enough for him. To all the moms, to all the parents at the Long Beach Unified School District, things are happening. And I feel like a lot of parents are afraid to speak up. I've had a handful of parents telling me, well, I don't have papers. I feel like I can't say anything, but I agree. And I'm like, no, that's the beauty of being here in America. You know, that we all have rights. It doesn't matter. And I just want to encourage all the parents to get out there. Next week, September the 14th, there's going to be a school board meeting at 5 o'clock And I would really encourage all the parents and just people to go because they're not posting it out there. I called, they're refusing to answer all of my calls. So I know what they're trying to do. And if I can just encourage people to get out there and start speaking for the children because we're heading like Australia right now at this point. And so we need to get up and choose and fight back. A lot of people call us a silent majority, but I don't think we're silent anymore. I think we're a big crowd and we just get more people informed, and that's my story. I support everyone here, and I know we're gonna push this back.
Thank you so much for the courage. Yes.
You guys, please know that there are other alternative modalities of testing. The PCR is not only dangerous and false and not accurate, not credible, besides all that, there are other alternative modalities for your kids, for yourselves, for your loved ones, for anyone. Please, like at my hospital, 1,100 of us said, we're not taking the jab. We're not going near that graphene oxide, ethylene oxide up by the olfactory nerves, pineal gland, blood-brain barrier. No. If it's really about a virus, if it's really about wanting to keep us safe from, with health and science, then, really, you could just pretty much do a swab around our body and send it off to the lab, as deadly as it is, right? So we basically said, antibodies, do a cotton swab in our mouth or in our nair like we do with MRSA tests. But we all agreed on a spit test. So we all go in twice a week and we spit at the bottom of that vial like it's whoever you want it to be. But it's still testing twice a week, and avoid the PCR. Fight for your rights. Testing is testing. If they're really about testing, they will give you an alternative modality, and I really need that to be spread around because people are complying to the PCR.
I want to ask you a favor. We are going to sing all together the song. We don't need your medication, and this is going to be in YouTube and Facebook, everywhere. I have 2 pages in Facebook with hundreds of thousands of people, and still can post. Please, let's sing together.
I'm about to go talk to him right now. You gotta come over.
This is going to be the official video of this beautiful song. We don't need your medication. We don't need our health control. No mass lockdowns, no separation. People leave us on our own.
Yeah, it's got worse. Oh, that's cool.
Hey, you, leave our kids alone. All you know is just another lie on the news. All you know is just a censorship in the book. We don't need your medication. We don't need our health control. There are no separation. People leave us on our own. Hey, you, leave us alone. All you know is just another light on the news. Somebody mentioned that the police, the firefighters are to support us. I want you to listen to the testimony of a firefighter here in LA. It's a little slow, but it's very powerful. And at the end he says, since the union is not supporting us, we hired a lawyer. He says shark, and we're going to fight for this. Because most of the firefighters and police officers, they don't want the job either.
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog. Cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world, the only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man breaks his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man asks why he's white trash, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight. Trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody take a key and start fighting in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. Us against them and then you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim that what was best for us, I find it hard to believe. Cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life. Cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun? White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight. Trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a key and start rioting in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. Us against them and then you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us.